So my students are working on collaborative annotation.
My name is Dorazio. I've been teaching for 8 years, and I teach conceptual physics, astrophysics, and physical science.
I accidentally pushed the photo button instead of video, so you missed all of the instruction for it. But they're working for 7 minutes. They're not allowed to talk. They are just writing on the paper. So I told them to start. They flip the paper over. Everybody in their group has a different color so that they're all accountable for doing the work. And after 7 minutes is up, they're allowed to talk and discuss. They are trying to figure out the answer to the bell ringer question, which is which of the two pictures shows the near side of the moon, which one shows the far side of the moon, based on the evidence that they are reading. So the bell ringer was they had to guess, just looking at the picture, and then write 2 reasons why they thought it was that side. Our room was pretty much split. 5 voted for the left and 4 voted for the right. And now they are doing a reading and the collaborative annotation in order to figure out which one is which. So, sorry about missing the instructions, but we'll move on.
I make the students write instead of talking because some students are very verbal and they talk a lot, and other students are really quiet, so they don't really get a chance to voice their ideas. But when you make everybody be quiet and silent, then everybody has a chance to kind of read it, comprehend it, and then think about it themselves before looking at what other people think. And it also gives them a way to communicate on the paper. Like, they can write comments to each other, but they're not saying it out loud, so everybody has a chance to answer different questions or kind of comment on something, and students don't feel like, well, they already commented, I shouldn't say mine, because now they can just write it and everybody's doing it at the same time.
I love the open-ended nature of this task. It really invites student engagement and problem solving rather than shutting it down. Clearly, Mrs. Dorazio's students are invested and interested in this assignment, and it's a great use of an inquiry-based approach to learning and teaching. Mrs. Dorazio required each student to write at least 5 different times, and gave each student a unique pen color so she could easily see who wrote what. This is a smart teaching trick to hold them accountable and keep them engaged.
So this particular text I thought was really interesting because it's a subject that students are interested in, so it's the moon, and it doesn't give them direct answers because the question that was proposed to them was which side of the moon faces the earth. So they had to look at the picture, read the text, and kind of analytically think about what was written in there and kind of make their own ideas and based off of what they read, but it wasn't directly given to them. So when you're giving someone collaborative annotation, you want something that they can speak to. So not necessarily put their opinion in it unless you want them to put their opinion in it, but something that doesn't give them specific answers to whatever it is you're trying to get. Something that you can have a discussion about. So not black and white information, but kind of like that gray area in between.
Look at all that writing happening. That's student thought captured on paper for the teacher to use and measure. It makes me sad to think about how many great student thoughts or aha moments get lost or ignored in other classrooms where teachers simply tell their students what to think. It's imperative that the students get the opportunity to discuss what they wrote with spoken words after the silent annotation's complete. Each reading will require a different amount of time for both the silent annotating and the discussion that follows, but plan enough time for both. Then, just as Mrs. Dorazio does, teachers can and should bring the whole class together to break down their findings and reach some conclusions. This was a masterful use of the effective model of engagement.